Welcome to Pixels and Frames, where technology, storytelling, and art collide. Welcome to Pixels and Frames. I'm here with my guest, Braden Watt.
Hello, it's me.
Just as tall as me, if maybe 2 inches shorter.
You don't gotta downplay me, man, dude.
I'm not downplaying you. All right. So, I've known Braden for a good while now, and we met on Destiny originally. Actually, we met at work originally, and then he.
Oh yeah.
Then, after.
We met at work, and then we found out we both played Destiny, and
Yep.
then from there we just were in a similar circle.
Yeah.
And now here I am.
Yeah.
on a
So.
podcast.
So we've known each other for a good minute now. So we both like kind of like the same style of game as well.
Oh yes.
So I played a lot of. I love story rich games like
Oh yeah.
Red Dead, GTA. I consider GTA story mode kind of.
Yeah, it has story like Horizons and all that. Maybe Yakuza if you want a bit more goofy story.
Yeah.
You
But on the rise right now, it's like shooter game like Call of Duty, Battle. I love Battlefield,
Yeah.
but I just had for a while, I had just a soft spot for story-rich video games.
Oh yeah. They're always great.
So, I mean, my top five, if I had named five right now, be definitely like Fallout, Jedi Survivor, both games, Jedi Survivor. And,
Yeah, both are pretty. I haven't played either much, but I've seen gameplay of them.
But now I've watched those, but I also love movies,
Oh yeah.
and I always wanted to find out what tells a better story, what has the ability to tell a better story. So, like, there's awesome shows out there, like Fallout's one of them.
Oh yes, the Fallout TV series. You got movies like Inception, which are trippy but tell a grand story.
Yeah, but there's the similar games as well that could tell a better story, and I have arguments for both sides.
Oh yeah.
So when you're watching a TV show or movie, you're anticipating what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. That's how a movie works. But
If you don't know, this is how it works. The basic plot structure, everything is based on.
but I feel like the story, like a game, could tell a better story than a movie because you're not just watching the character.
Oh yeah.
You're playing as the character.
There is definitely differences. Like a movie is way more accessible. Everyone can just go and watch a movie, but a game, depending on the mechanics and everything, there's definitely a barrier to entry, which is why some people don't like them. But then again, you're not just sitting and watching, you're interacting with the world, you're going through it. That's why Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, an open world game which is widely acclaimed for being one of the best, is so great because, you're playing the character, you get to do everything. There's a lot to do, and it feels like a grand story, especially the cinematics.
So you also get a feel for the side characters as
Oh,
well.
Side quests you do, little interactions,
There is one, forgot what the game was, but a lot of games have this system where what you do affects how others think of you in the game.
Oh yeah, I mean, going back to Fallout, like we said earlier, like the reputation system. Like New Vegas and 3 had this way more than the modern ones. Like if you had a bad karma value, people would be like, "Oh, it's that asshole," or so on and so forth.
Red Dead has that same thing.
Yeah, it's your honor.
Yeah,
if I recall.
yes. And it's do I want to? It's Cyberpunk, one of my favorite games. Has that same thing. It's like
you can go down different paths.
Yeah. So what people think of you in the game affects what you do. You could tell somebody to screw off in the game, and for the rest of the game till the very end of it, that character will see you as like an asshole.
They don't like you.
Yeah. Or they'll see you as this holy figure, whatever.
Oh yes.
Now I'm kind of want to segue onto games that have had an adaptation. Like again, I think you said it.
Fallout, Cyberpunk, Last of Us. Those are just some I can easily list off the top before we get into the really bad ones.
Last of Us Season 2. But I feel when I watch an adaptation of any video game, I really don't count Edge Runners as an adaptation because it's
not a direct adaptation.
It's a separate story.
Yeah.
Now, an adaptation like Fallout.
Well, that's also not in the same way.
Not in the same way.
It's in the same universe, different characters. Same as Cyberpunk.
But no, the one that Last of Us Season 1 was...
Yeah. But it was pretty good.
It was really, really good. But I felt like I couldn't love the characters as I did playing the game.
Yeah, there's definitely a disconnect where you're... Instead of, going through it, like, it's definitely a time investment thing, too. Like, there's a difference between playing a game for, like, 3 hours a day and watching an episode a week.
So, yeah, I definitely see that. More or less, like, I was kind of getting to that. You're not playing the character. Like, you're not playing as...
Joel?
You're playing as Joel in the first game, yes. But I think The Last of Us kind of picks up, like, the second game, the part 2. It's where that kind of picks up when you're playing as totally forgot his daughter's name.
Ellie?
Ellie, yes.
Yeah, Ellie.
Yeah. When Joel dies, you're not experiencing as Ellie that your father has been killed. You're experiencing as the viewer that her father has been killed by I think Abby the other night.
Someone.
It's
been a while since we've watched it.
Thing 1 and Thing 2. But there's that little disconnect with TV shows and movies that have adapted from a game. I don't include Minecraft movie.
That's not a TV show. That's just a movie.
That's just a movie.
We don't count that one.
We don't count that one.
That's its own special whole.
There's a bunch I haven't seen yet. One actually just came out. In like the span of a year. The one came out like a couple years ago, and maybe one and a half or 2 years ago, it was the FNAF movie.
Oh no. That great movie.
It was made for
the fans. Like
it was made for fans.
It was. If you're just getting interested in horror, you do not watch it. This movie is purely just all right. What stupid things from the games can we put in?
But that doesn't really have the game doesn't have a cinematic feel at all. It's just really just story rich. It's very ish.
There's writing in the walls, but it wasn't fleshed out to the later games, which they built on.
Yeah.
But
the first game actually, Scott Cawthon did an interview about the first game, and he said, first FNAF game had 100% no lore.
Yeah.
It was just you're a pizza guy, you're a security guard in a pizza restaurant. That's it. There's no lore.
There's background info because it was a scary game,
And he also thinks something. He said something along the lines of that the fans made the lore.
Oh yeah.
So that,
I mean, the first game it had bits and pieces, and then we as a community put it all together into what we think the confirmed lore is.
And you could talk to 5 different people, and every single one's going to have a different way they interpret it.
Oh yes.
So, unlike a game, again, like I hate to say this, but going back to Destiny, where it has a set lore.
Yes.
And even though that game has been kind of gone downhill a little bit,
not a little bit. Destiny's upper management has completely gutted the game of all joy, but the lore is still great.
The story's still great. So that's the other thing, is that it has a very story rich, even though Destiny.
The Destiny lore is truly insane. There are books, like actual books on the lore.
And I am all for it. I am 100% all for it. But if that's not another can of worms for another time, I kind of want to move into movies right now. So, movies that don't have any sort of adaptation, or they're not based off of anything like
just standalone movies.
You could still fall in love with the characters. Like,
think of The Goonies as a good movie. It might not be cinematic, but a lot of people love those characters. Like,
exactly, yeah. You could love a character in a movie, but I still feel like that's small disconnect.
Yes.
But now, if there's a couple movies I've seen or at least heard of where it's 100% first person view.
Yeah, Hardcore Henry is one where it's like 99%. It's an action movie, but it's pretty cool, and you definitely feel much more like you're actually doing it because of that whole first person point of view.
But I kind of with that I haven't seen that. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. Do you think when you're watching Hardcore Henry, or when you have watched it, do you feel like you're with all the side characters that you felt like kind of not only fall in love with, but
to put it best, it very well mimicked a game and like the feel and vibe of it, which is really cool for a movie. Like, it felt like a first person cutscene for a movie, which is pretty cool. The story of it, if I recall, is it's an action film. The story is not the main focus, but the feelings it evoked are very much similar to games, and in that, it's still great. I really like the movie. They got my wife, I gotta save her kind of movie. Classic action.
It's a classic action movie. They have my dog.
John Wick.
they killed my dog. They killed my wife. They have my daughter. I just list off like maybe 5 films right there. Like, Taken was one of them. John Wick.
Yeah.
I could go on and on and on and on and on and on about the 5 films I just listed by just naming 3 things.
Yeah.
But going back, they should go into John Wick. John Wick has 4 movies now and a 5th
in production
prequel. It was a ballerina.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched past like the 3rd one. I think
I've seen all 4. Kind of just thinking now is like how good that would be as a video game.
Well, yeah, that would be a pretty fun video game, but it'd be a weird adaptation. I feel
yes.
But
I feel like games that
definitely make it pretty cool.
I feel like games that had movies that had a game adaptation, like
the Matrix one, if you remember that ancient thing. Matrix Online, if I recall, something like that.
Then they came out with another Matrix, another game for the Matrix that, like 2022.
Yeah, I mean, getting away from the Matrix, but other games where it was a movie to it. Star Wars, all the plethora of Star Wars games. Those, as you said, it was what this.
So yeah, you had
not Skywalker Saga. No, it was.
Technically, you have the Skywalker Saga, like the Lego games, but
oh yeah, I'm trying to get away from those. Those take much more of a goofy approach. Don't follow the story as much.
Yes,
but
the ones that really tell a major story, is Clone Commandos. So that was like 2007. Around there, maybe a little later. He had Star Wars Fallen Order. He had Star Wars, just my 2 favorite, Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Then you had Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 made you, even though as a shooter multiplayer game wasn't the best that EA could produce.
Yeah.
The story felt, I can't. It's a story like no other. It's
that good?
It was really good.
Yeah.
So in the game, it's just a little rundown. You follow Iden Versio, who was a Empire Special Forces squad. I think it was called Inferno Squad. And she later, after her planet getting destroyed, stop it. After her home planet was going to get destroyed by the Death Star, she defected over to the rebels.
Yeah.
Now it's
good reason to defect. You guys blew up my house.
good reason. So then she goes on a Republic and it just goes from there and goes into the First Order.
Yeah.
But you just fall in love with every single character, and you also hate every single character that she comes across too.
Yeah.
So that's another thing with video games. Actually, I love I have a really story-rich style to them. Is that you can hate hate a character really easily.
Oh yes.
You're not just watching something. You're playing as the character, so you can hate a character really, really easily.
And plus, if they're the main antagonist, also more incentive to just get to the end where you get to beat the ever-loving shit out of them.
What's funny with some of those games, like Fallout, where you can hate a character so easily, the game knows this. The game knows you can easily hate this character to the point where just because they hate the character, they can kill them if they want.
Oh yeah, almost all characters.
All the characters in Fallout,
except children. How dare they? Stop us from murdering children? Bah.
That's where they kind of draw the line.
Yeah, which not a horrible line to make, Child murder, not a thing we want to support. But murdering this asshole who kidnapped your son, yeah, go do that.
Yeah. Kind of Red Dead does the same thing too. You can't kill any of the main cast, so like Dutch.
Darn, I can't ruin the story of this game somehow.
I think if you killed Dutch, it would make the story even better, but with mods, you can do that with mods.
Well, yeah, but mods aren't the intended.
Yeah, no. In Red Dead, you kind of off anybody you want. You have that kind of trade-off though. Is you kill somebody, but now you're getting bad honor. And Fallout is the same thing. You kill somebody, like you kill one of the
you kill one of the quote-unquote good guys.
You kill one of the members of the Minutemen.
Oh yeah, people are like, "Why'd you do that, dude?"
Then they'll turn on you. And now any Minutemen, people that are still out there other than the main crew that's in Sanctuary Hills, will fucking hate you.
Yeah, and this is much more explored in New Vegas, which gold standard of games. Sadly, they don't want to make another. But
the last good Fallout games were 3, New Vegas, and 4. The last 3 good ones.
Yeah, and 4 is on the teetering edge.
Yes, 4 kind of really builds from New Vegas. Yeah. Like, if I had to come up with like a secondary name for Fallout 4, it would be Fallout New Vegas Remastered.
I wouldn't go that far. They dropped the ball on the story, and the gunplay is pretty nice. The movement and all that is good. They moved away from the story more than that, but...
So we're talking about Fallout. We're talking about Fallout and how good of a story it can be and how other games, kind of New Vegas are kind of... Again, New Vegas is still...
Gold standard.
The best Fallout game, easily.
Yeah.
Fallout 3 is a really close runner-up.
Yeah, more or less.
We can forget about Skyrim.
Oh, God, Skyrim! Don't remind me of that game which I've sunk so many hours into and awakened so many things within me. Skyrim, my beloved. For you, I played you on the PS3 just so I could, if I remember this correctly, first playthrough, Nordman. I then married an Argonian man after beating the ever-loving crap out of the dude who was just extorting him for money. And then I went on to build a house.
So, wait, here's what.
Great.
So, if Skyrim were to be kind of. Okay, if you really think about it, Skyrim did have a small adaptation. I would say because there's a bunch of shows that came out that are in the same kind of style of universe as Skyrim.
Yeah, kind of.
And they're on an Eldritch universe.
Yeah. It's similar to it's similar to Game of Thrones, kind of,
Yes.
Tier of fantasy.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit higher because they have more magic. I haven't watched Game of Thrones recently. I can't remember all of it. It's much more low fantasy. The magic isn't grand. Like Lord of the Rings and Skyrim, probably a better comparison.
Yes.
That'd be a far better comparison.
Didn't Lord of the Rings have a game as well?
It had a few. I mean, do you want to talk about Gollum? The one that should burn in the trash? There have been some good. Don't bring that goddamn thing up. Like, although Lord of the Rings was adapted from a book.
Yes.
But, the movies are still great. Like,
I have yet. I mean, I love the games. I love the movies. I love the Lego games because I'm a child.
Yeah. We love childish things.
Skyrim, would that benefit, or would it kind of have the same kind of treatment as, like Last of Us, where like it really doesn't need a show or movie adaptation?
I feel like games like that are insanely hard to make a movie that does it justice because of the freedom they give you. Like the Fallout TV show is something similar to Skyrim I would want, more or less, where it's in the same universe, similar characters. It's not the story. Because to do that story and to have some sort of conclusion, you'd have to set the precedent of this is what we wanted all along, which I feel like would hurt it. Like in Fallout, we got a few things, but it didn't really reveal a whole lot onto what the true ending, if you will, for it was. Because in 4, you can side with the various factions and blow up the Institute or not blow them up. So far, we haven't seen since. So probably assuming the Institute is gone. But Fallout Season 2, we haven't seen it yet. It still has yet to come out, to my knowledge. It comes out on the 17th. That thing takes place in New Vegas, and we already know from the trailers, Mr. House is there. Which means, most likely it survives, which is a few endings. And that will reveal some things. And that can make it or break it. Because the game, like New Vegas, Fallout 4, Skyrim, they all have multiple endings.
Oblivion as well.
Oblivion, yes. Oblivion 2. If you were to set a standard for it, make a TV show, if you were to follow or try to follow the main story, there would be certain decisions people wouldn't like because that's not what they did in their playthrough or how they wanted it to be. Like, these big games like that are hard to bring into that in the truest sense of, I want my playthrough to be a movie. It's hard to bring in that, which is a lot of people's expectations for these kind of things, sadly. But the Fallout TV show did pretty good compared to other game.
I mean, it won a Game of the Year award, 2024. So, as best adaptation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there have been other attempts. Like, you can look at the plethora. Arcane was decent. League of Legends was meh. I never liked it.
I know people that have an absolute hard on for that show, and I just can't.
I think it's good. It's well animated. It's not trash. I mean, if you want a bad
animation's one thing. It's more of the story.
Yeah, I feel like what we kind of want is the Cyberpunk, which is similar to how Fallout is done. It's the same universe. It takes place slightly before, and it's showing the same thing the game tried to convey. There are no happy endings in Night City.
There's none.
There, you will get screwed over. No one is happy there.
The only happy ending I feel like there is. I've done like 5 whole playthroughs of that game already.
Mm-hmm.
Each time I went through the different routes. First time I was as a corporal rat.
Mhm.
Second time I was a street
Kid.
street kid, and then the
And
last
third time you were an Outlander?
Nomad. Yep.
Nomad. That's
And
what they called it.
I kind of just did. I kind of balanced between endings. The first 2 times I played, I always went with Pan Am.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
But that's the only good ending. If you side with anybody else, it's kind of a meh ending.
I mean, you always have the difference. Like Pan Am, she helps you, all that fun stuff. But you can always go down the fun route and reenact what Johnny Silverhand wanted to do and fuck everything up. Let's go nuke another building. But this time we'll actually win. We'll do good.
So, I feel like, again, with Cyberpunk, it'll be a really, really hard game to actually... I mean, you had Edge Runners. Edge Runners was good.
Edge Runners is good, and that's what you want from an adaptation.
Yes.
It was a really good adaptation of the main thought, idea, and world. You don't want the game story. Like, if you want that, let's go look at the Halo TV series and how hated that thing is. They did it wrong.
Yep.
I mean, they unsheathed, if you will. They showed the head of Master Chief, which no one wanted.
No.
And also more, if I recall.
The mystery of who Master Chief really was the best part of Halo. It's like,
I mean, you could put yourself in those shoes because there is no face to it.
No.
Like, and that's something also great about games. So many of these games, they want you to put yourself in the character's shoes and act as them. In a movie, it's harder to do. There have been very few where you can put yourself in the character's shoes unless you already associate them in some way, like, you were an abused child and you watched Harry Potter. You could relate to Harry in that way. But in a game, it could take many different backgrounds and you could still fit in because you yourself are doing the actions. You yourself are making the story how you kind of want to make it. There are still limitations. The game can't anticipate that you want to look at the main villain, join him, backstab him, and then, I don't know, take over as him. Some people would want to do that. It could be a fun story, but most people probably wouldn't.
Yeah. I wouldn't want that as well. I mean...
It might be fun, but hey.
It'll be fun, yes.
Sometimes I want to be the Knight in Shining Armor. Sometimes I want to be the
Idiot
Demon
tinfoil.
King.
Idiot in tinfoil.
Tinfoil makes horrible armor, dude. That's why I want to be the cool Demon King or the cool Holy Paladin and then just watch him fight.
Yeah. But now, look, we were talking about some older games like Halo.
Mm-hmm.
One of Bungie's best creations was Halo 1 through Reach.
Oh, yes.
I know, Reach was 343, I think. Nope, that was Bungie.
No.
That's Bungie.
Yeah. After Reach, Bungie stopped.
Yeah,
And then turned to 343, and then it was just kind of,
Infinite story mode was not bad.
Yeah.
It was Halo. We don't talk about Halo 5 Guardians. We don't talk about that.
Ugh, isn't Halo like 4 and 5 really bad?
Halo 4 and 5, you don't play as Master Chief. At all.
Damn.
He's mentioned. He's shown. You don't play as him.
Damn. The only times where it's not fun to be Master Chief.
In Halo Infinite, you play as Master Chief. So
Finally, back to the good stuff other than ODST and Reach. Those at least were cool because they explored other parts.
Yep. But those told a really good story as well.
Yeah. To get back to our main point of cinematic versus games, I feel like cinematic story games capture a way better experience over a longer time. And especially through replay throughs or rewatches to compare. Watching a great movie like John Wick or similar over and over again, it's a great experience, but you don't feel it the same. But if you were to replay Cyberpunk, Skyrim, maybe even a Halo, there are other options you could go through. That is the main advantage of game, especially when made well. The replayability, where you could still be in this universe, you could still love it, you could still be immersed, but have a totally different experience and story experience.
Yeah. So it's like the other thing is with those like cinematic, really heavy story cinematic games, you could sometimes with something like Cyberpunk or Red Dead, you have like major different ways you can go. So. Sorry. With Cyberpunk, you can go down. It's not just the routes and who you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how you interact with everybody.
Oh yeah.
There are certain times where if you're sleeping or you skip time, you're gonna miss something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been a couple times where I've missed a whole different story arc. It's like like at least 20 different story arcs, and maybe not at 20, but like 10 or there's a lot of story arcs in Cyberpunk. There's a lot, and if you skip time or if you don't interact with them, you're gonna completely
miss them.
You're gonna completely miss them. I missed 3 when I first played through. I missed Carrie Eurodyne and Rogue and River. So I missed those 3, and the best one, my favorite one, is still Carrie Eurodyne's story.
Yeah.
I didn't do all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what I mean.
Kind of. I haven't played through that either. You show that?
Not really, but you can.
It's a video game.
You can
I don't care.
Intersex with Carrie Eurodyne as either male V or female V.
Intersex.
Same
Not
thing.
intercourse. Intersect. Great new word, Mike. Great new word. You know, that's another great point we can put up on the board. Video games, you can have sex.
So
You can feel immersed. In a movie, you see that they have to blur it.
So,
Because they don't want an R-rated movie. But they can allude.
but actually, even though it's kind of like a small kind of weird joke about that, that's another thing that you can have in some games. Some games have like intercourse,
I mean, yeah.
but if you're the character having intercourse with another character, I hate that I have to riff on this, but it kind of makes you in a way
Closer to the characters.
Closer
I mean,
to the character, yes.
a better way to bring this up, Baldur's Gate 3, once you reach the romance for it, you know, you get the Bow Chicka Wow Wow scene. But also you get more interactions because, you know, you've said the
How
right things
tell
to
if
the
your
robot.
friend is a virgin. Step 1, he calls sex Bow Chicka Wow Wow.
I'm charging you triple now. You owe me $3. You owe me $3 whole now for this.
$3 whole.
And a coffee.
A
I'm going to make you broke with that coffee.
a coffin. I thought you said a coffin.
No, I don't need a coffin. I plan on being incinerated and then shot at the next nearest billionaire.
Okay, so you know what Braden's into.
Wow. Bringing this up.
All right, back.
Getting us off point.
So, again, it's just those games that have a story, a really heavy story arc element to it. I feel like they're kind of really hard to actually make into a movie. Or,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Cyberpunk has had not really other adaptations. They have a bunch of different shows based
Yeah.
on, or movies based off of Cyberpunk, and they just don't feel the same.
Yeah.
There's also a bunch of different, I think, movies. I mean, if you've seen a Western, you've seen them. You've seen one Western, you've seen them all.
Yeah, more or less. There
Yeah.
definitely is variation.
But with Red Dead as a Western game, you feel like you're even emotionally involved was
Yeah.
a good way to put it. But there's actually a couple scenes, not really scenes, but there's a couple of interactions. If your horse dies, and you have
Not my horse.
and Arthur, your character Arthur has a really, or John, has a really high bondage with that horse, they will start to cry.
If this is your horse you've raised since it was a calf, you will watch your character get on his hands and knees and start weeping as he grabs the shovel and slowly buries Hans.
So you
You bury your poor little Chauncey. You feel so bad. And then you go kill the guy who killed them with his little dick revolver.
all know-
You go tie him behind your new horse, Hans 2.0, and you get revenge.
We all know that our Hans is indestructible.
No one would ever hurt my Hans.
He can't be hurt. We both know that. He can't. He's still running.
Maybe.
Get-
Back onto point, like, especially with that kind of interaction where, if your animal companion dies, it feels like an actual pet you've had died. Like, you can definitely feel that anger, and, I mean, you don't feel it as much in movies, I feel like.
you don't. I mean, the character, if you fall in love with the character, one of the main characters, passes away, like, I kind of...
It hurts.
I don't say cried, but I felt
yeah.
when Iron Man like
Died.
I did feel like it's like dang.
Dang. The only time I've gotten close is when Peter Parker died in Infinity War, because I was like, this kid, he was brought back, but yeah, he died still.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic comic book. They're gonna die. We're gonna bring back an alternate universe. But when he died, and he's like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel too good. I was like, fuck. This 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid was just drafted into a war beyond him, and now his father figure watches him die as they failed. Oh, that hurt me.
I was a freshman when that movie came out. And we were talking about Endgame in my freshman science class, and at my table, I'm like, who do you think's gonna die in Endgame? It's probably gonna be Peter Parker. It's like, they just brought him back. There's no way he's gonna.
Yeah, well, it was Infinity War. First off, get it right. You're not a big enough Marvel nerd.
No, but they brought him in Infinity. Oh yeah.
Infinity War and then Endgame. Endgame is where they pulled the friendship bullshit and got all the Infinity Stones through time, and then 1v1 Thanos, and he was at his farm, and then jumped him. Great idea, guys.
Yeah. But
that is the closest. But at other times in games, cinematic games, I have gotten close to tears at certain moments because I'm much closer to the characters I played through. Like, I know a dude who's cried to maybe 2 movies, but he has openly wept to Red Dead through 3 playthroughs, and he knows the ending.
It's that last scene when you're riding down to Beecher's Hope. It's that last scene where everything kind of just starts to replay. All the cutscenes come through. It's like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the voices, like the preacher's voice. You had Sean's, Dutch's, Micah's, all just talking to you at once. Because you don't, as Arthur, you don't know really who to side with. In that scene, in that part, as Arthur, you see Dutch's point. I see Dutch's point in that game, but I also see Arthur's and John's.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of just the game tears you apart.
Oh yeah.
So you're forced to side with John, but you can also see multiple points.
Yeah.
So I wept a lot at games. There's one game I really didn't. Okay, There's one game I actually wept. And that was Jedi Survivor. Spoiler alert if you haven't played it, or okay.
I don't plan to. Go ahead.
Got it. So one of the main characters in both games was Cere Junda, who was a Jedi deserter who survived Order 66.
Mm-hmm.
And in both games, she becomes a really close figure to you. And in that last fight with Darth Vader, when she's fighting Darth Vader, you think she's got him. And then you realize that she just got killed.
And then you watch her head tumble towards you.
Yeah.
You watch as her upper torso tumbles to.
But it was just really, it's like, damn, she's gone. It's that power. You're really close to that character.
Mm-hmm.
And again, with all these games, wrap it up here.
It's going back to our main point for like the 8th time. Coming back to the discussion, cinematic games versus cinematic movies.
What tells a better story?
Cinematic games, as long as your main point of view is of a better story, is one where you feel more emotions. If you want a really good story, I don't know, go read a book. Those are still, in my opinion, the best.
Yes.
But a movie can capture only so much, but a game can get close.
You're emotionally speaking, you're on a better standpoint with all the characters. However, that can be instantly ruined if the game has poor development, poor storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
That's with a movie as well. But as a game, if you can't connect with those characters as you're playing as the main character, then there's no point.
Yeah. But I mean, the same can be said for a really bad movie. It all depends.
Really, it does, yes.
I personally say video games, as a gaming nerd, are leagues ahead of movies.
Yes.
There is a reason why I feel like games have just exploded, because there are so many unique ways you can go about telling a story through a game.